Hello everyone, I'm here at the largest Corvette dealer looking at the two new 2026 ZR1s they have displayed. I've been anxiously awaiting the time when I could see one in person, and today's the day. This Corvette has the ZR1 carbon fiber aero package for $10,495, and that includes this huge high-wing spoiler. This car is loaded up with lots of extra goodies, and that seems to be McMulken's strategy to maximize profit while still selling at MSRP, because unlike every other model I've seen, so far they aren't letting people configure their own ZR1. They're ordering them with lots of options for dealer stock and then offering them to their best customers first. But hey, that's much better than demanding $100,000 to $200,000 dealer markup. More on that later in this video. These are the 20-spoke carbon flash forged aluminum wheels that are $1,500. The standard wheels are the same except painted silver instead of black. They could have gone with the 10-spoke visible carbon fiber wheels for $14,000, but my guess is they didn't think most customers would want those. With all the cars in here, it's kind of hard to maneuver around, but here's a quick shot of the side of the car. And here's the cool ZR1 badge. The carbon fiber wishbone that surrounds the large side air intake has a smaller vent on the back end of it that the other models don't have, and that helps with cooling. This Corvette is painted red mist metallic, which costs $1,000 extra. The visible carbon fiber convertible hardtop is standard. Now we get to one of the options McMulken added that I'm not sure a lot of people would order on their own. Sitting on the passenger seat is the set of $1,700 leather travel bags. Let's go take a look at the window sticker so you can see all the extras. This is a 3LZ convertible, and it's rated for 12 miles per gallon city, 18 highway, and 14 combined. So there's a gas guzzler tax of $3,000. Hang on a second and I'll give you a close-up of the sticker. The base price for a 3LZ convertible is $201,400, and this car has about $38,000 in options, bringing the total MSRP to $239,498, and that's what McMulken is selling it for. The LPO sheet shows that this car was ordered for dealer stock. Also notice the carbon fiber hood spoiler, and I'll talk more about that later. Let me pan in closer so you can see the beautiful carbon fiber front splitter. That wire is for the battery charger. The cigarette lighter outlet in the front has been eliminated. My connection at McMulken says instead they added full-time power to the SIG plug under the dash on the passenger side. And that's the new plug-in location. But a guy online says he tried it and it doesn't work. I'll believe the McMulken salesman until I get my ZR1 and can try it myself. And here's a full shot of the entire front splitter. Instead of a front trunk, this whole area is utilized for cooling and aerodynamics. The windshield washing and brake fluids and the battery are still in the same places as the other Corvette models. And that bright blue cap on the left is the front lift reservoir. But now there's a new radiator in the middle, and I suspect the two holes on either side of it are to get air out from under the car and direct it up to increase downforce. Despite what at least one YouTuber has said repeatedly, the airflow is not down into the vented hood. It's through the front grille, through the new radiator you see here, and then up and out the vented hood. While I'm here, let me give you a better look at the carbon fiber dive planes. These, of course, serve to push the car down onto the pavement to increase traction. You can also see that there isn't much tread at all on these brand new Cup 2R run flat summer only tires. That's totally normal and just the way they're constructed. This car has the ZTK Performance Track Package for $4,400, and that gets you the track tires, suspension upgrades, and these larger 16.5-inch carbon ceramic rotors and huge 10-piston Alcon brake calipers instead of front 6-piston Brembos. It also requires the carbon fiber aero package we talked about, but you can get the aero without ZTK. The red painted calipers, center caps, black lug nuts, and wheel locks are $1,400 more. According to GM's press release, during testing, these brakes achieved 1.9 G of deceleration from 180 miles per hour down to 120. That's eye-popping. And on a car that can go 233 miles an hour, it's useful. This car is powered by a 5.5-liter V8 twin turbocharged flat plane crank engine that redlines at 8,000 RPM, and it puts out 1,064 horsepower. That's mated with an 8-speed dual-clutch transmission. Recently, GM issued a stop sale and safety recall because of a refueling fire risk, and that applies to all C8 Z06s and ZR1s. This is a new car that already has the fix. It's that plastic piece across the top of the radiator, and according to a salesman here, it only takes about 20 minutes to install. In case of a fuel overflow, that's supposed to keep gas from getting sucked into the engine compartment where there are ignition sources. As far as I know, 4 cars have burned up because of that. This recall has been going on since August, and if anybody brought those cars to McMulkin for service, McMulkin kept the cars and would not release them back to the customers. I don't know how many cars were held, but the salesman I talked with last week said they'd be getting the parts to fix them soon. Now I want to show you guys a couple of things at the back of the car. Here's the quad center exhaust and the 13.5-inch wide rear tires, although from this perspective, they don't look as big as they really are. You can see some tread grooves toward the inside of the tire if you look closely. For 2026, there's 10 exterior colors available, down from 14 in previous years, such as that torch red next car over, then hysteria purple metallic, next a color they offered before, got rid of, and brought back, Sebring orange, and a riptide blue metallic. There's McMulkin's car elevator, which I rode down in during a 2024 June video. Those balloons are from GM management. Let's go there and I'll tell you more about that. You can see this side of the showroom is crowded too, although most of these are already sold for MSRP. Unlike Sioka, that claims to be an MSRP dealer, but got $100,000 extra from YouTuber Street Speed for an early ZR1. I actually have a list of 35 dealerships from all over the country asking $30,000 to $200,000 over MSRP. There's the number of Corvettes McMulkin sold in 2024, and GM management recently had a ceremony for them here, recognizing them as the #1 dealer. This torch red Stingray displays one of the most popular C8 Corvette colors. Here's a better look at this beautiful hysteria purple Z06. Let me show you the difference between the Z06 wing and the ZR1 wing. Two distinct looks and engineered a bit differently. On the ZR1, air is diverted up over the top of the car by the 1-inch tall hood spoiler I showed you before, and then it flows back and down to push on the rear wing for added downforce. One change for 2026 doesn't affect hardtop convertibles such as this. I don't know if you can see it, but the vertical rear window still has heating elements in the glass, like most cars. But in 2026 coupes, they did away with rear window defrost. I guess they figure engine heat will keep it clear. You can see that here. That's a lot of information. If you learned something or saw anything you liked, subscribe for the latest. The all-wheel drive ZR1X is coming next. Have a good day.